here comes the Mormon Church. Apparently this time, they have baptized Anne Frank. Now, if you're not familiar with this, you might think, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure Anne Frank is dead. Of course she is. She died at a death camp in 1945 at the age of 15. And of course she wrote those diaries, and that's why she was famous. And of course she was Jewish. So what part of her is Mormon? None. But the Mormon Church has this, you know, if you want to be benign, say a goofy practice of doing proxy baptisms, that after you've died, they get together and they do some voodoo and they go, or whatever they chant, and they decide that in the afterworld you're now officially Mormon. Lunatics, okay? Now, apparently for Anne Frank, they've tried to do this dozens of times. But apparently you need 2 pieces of the voodoo put together for it to be official. And they just did it in the Dominican Republic. They put the 2 pieces of the voodoo together. They did, they've submitted her name, and then they have also done a ritual where they do the cleansing and the proxy and the blah, 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 and the blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden she becomes a Mormon in the afterworld. You know, somebody emailed me the other day, or she tweeted me saying, oh, you know, you are being really unfair. Proxy baptism makes total sense, and you're coloring it so that it seems irrational. Yeah, I know, baptizing long dead people so they turn from Jewish to Mormon, or whatever religion to Mormonism later. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. My bad for not understanding that. Have I been unfair to you? Okay, tell me about how your voodoo makes sense. No, well, obviously, the Lord Mormon, or whatever you believe in, and Brigham Young and Steve Young got together, and they decided, oh, you know what, Anne Frank is now Mormon. You people are nuts. You're crazy. It didn't actually happen. She's not actually Mormon. And by the way, the Mormon Church pretended to stop this practice. Back in 1995, they met with Jewish leaders who were enraged that they were doing this proxy baptism of dead Jews, especially ones that had gone through the Holocaust. And the Mormon leaders said, oh, well, okay, yeah, no, yeah, we're not going to do that anymore. Sorry about that. Yeah, our bad. So they just recently got caught again and apologized. So it's definitely true that they did it to Simon Wiesenthal's parents. He's the famous Nazi hunter. They grabbed his parents in the afterlife and they're like, now you're Mormons, ha ha. Weirdos, losers, lunatics. You don't like those titles. Oh, I should be respectful of their proxy baptisms. Well, look, it's not respectful to kidnap people's ancestors. Look, I don't believe in any of it. I don't think it matters, right? I don't think that after they're dead, I don't think they're necessarily Jewish or Mormon. I think they're dead, okay? But for the people who do believe it, it's, that they were, of course, Jews, because they were. They find it deeply offensive that you're kidnapping their ancestors in the afterlife. And of course, now we find out through their genealogy database, they've done the same thing to Anne Frank, after all these promises not to do it.
So the Jewish people that are upset about this, doesn't it not make sense that they're upset about it either? I mean, they're not doing anything to her. In reality, they're doing some kind of PR stunt. So, I mean, on both ways, they shouldn't be offended either. I mean, in reality.
Yeah, look, I'm agnostic. So to me, it doesn't matter. But the 2 things that offend me are, 1, stop messing with other people's religion, right? I mean, that's how we get into trouble. You see what I'm saying, JR? Okay, that when religions start messing with each other, that's bad news. Okay, number 2, when people, I think the tweet really set me off. Like when they come and tell me, oh, no, you don't understand, this is obviously rational and you're painting it in a bad light. What's the positive light for a proxy baptism? Like, in which world does it make sense in any way? Okay, my bad, they don't go, oh, yeah. They say something else. So what?